Welcome to week 3 practice. Make sure you're comfortable, as I am in this chair. A chair is probably ideal because you can grip it in some of the movements, but you can also do much of this on a sofa. But if you have a chair, it's probably ideal. Remember, there are various versions of week 3, some seated on the ground and of different lengths, in case this is not exactly the one that you want to do today. So like in class, we're going to bring in that ocean breathing. We're going to continue with a theme of grounding, inhaling from the ground and exhaling back down. But we're going to use that ocean breath to elongate the breath. And as we mentioned in class, the elongation of the breath has the ability to calm down the nervous system, both in the moment and also as we continue to do it over time. Right? Not just when we are doing our yoga practice, but at any time during the day. It cultivates that relaxation in the nervous system, and we become more able to access it and start to experience, over time, less stress and overall well-being. So, let's just do it a few times through the mouth, that ocean breathing, and then we'll start through the nose the way that we generally do it. So inhale naturally. Exhale. Good. Inhale naturally, subtly. A nice long ocean breath. It's really important to doing this practice that you don't force the breathing. Even though the breath is longer, it shouldn't feel like you're putting in energy to make it longer. Let's do it one more time. And now let's try through the nose, imagining that we actually have a nose in the throat. That kind of imagining is helpful for doing this practice. You can have your eyes either looking downward or closed. Inhale up through the feet, into the lungs. Exhale your ocean breathing back down through the legs to the feet. Gently and subtly breathing up from the ground. Exhale back down. Keep going this way, inhaling in your own time up from the ground, exhaling the ocean breath back down from the lungs through the legs to the feet to the ground. Nice long oceanic breath. And now you can keep your eyes closed if you'd like, or you can open them following me visually. Place the hands in front of the heart. Inhale, stretch, 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 and exhale that nice long ocean breath. Inhale, extend the arms out, natural breathing, stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale that long oceanic breath as the hands come back together. Release the hands down. They may touch the side of the chair. Turn the palms up, rotating the shoulders. And inhaling naturally up from the ground. And exhale the ocean breath back down to the ground. Inhaling up from the ground, palms turn up. Exhale, turn the palms back the other direction. Great. And let's take a side stretch now. So place the left hand strongly on the chair. It can even be on your leg if you prefer. Inhale, lift up the right arm. Soften on the shoulder as you exhale. Maybe looking up at the hand if that's comfortable, and really strongly stretching through the side body. So you are leaning, and that opens up your right lung. And inhaling up from the ground, exhaling the nice long oceanic breath back down to the ground. Inhaling up. Exhaling. Inhale, lift up. And nice long ocean breath. Hand comes down. Always remember not to force the breath out. I'm going to keep reminding you of this. Right? The breath should never be forced on the inhale or the exhale. Place the right hand on the right leg or the right side of the chair. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, soften the shoulder. Really reaching, make sure that the fingers are active as well. Feel free to look up at the arm. Stretching through the left side body. Feeling that left lung lifted. And inhaling up from the ground. Exhaling, oceanic breathing, nice and long back to the ground. Inhaling up. And release. When you're practicing the ocean breath, it should be like the whole thing is very calm and even. That takes time though, so don't worry if it's not happening today, but just something to work towards. We're going to take shoulders rolls now, placing the hands on the shoulders. Inhaling naturally, lifting the shoulders up and the elbows up. Exhaling back with the ocean breath. Inhaling. Inhaling. One more time. And the other way. Inhaling naturally. Exhaling the nice long ocean breath. That means that movement may take a little longer period of time because you're matching the movement with the breath. One more time, inhale. Good. And let the hands come down. And now we're going to place the left hand on the right knee. The right hand, once again, can come either to the side of the chair, or you may want to place the hand behind the chair. And there might even be a place to grip there. It's up to you. I need to kind of move myself a little bit forward to have some leverage. Right, so make sure you're comfortable. Lift the chest up nice and high. Exhale, twist through, even through the neck. And once you've arrived here, inhaling up from the legs into the lungs. And exhaling your ocean breath, nice long ocean breath back to the ground. And if you notice yourself getting lost in thought, this is very common. It's fine. Just bring the mind back to breathing up from the ground and breathing down that nice long ocean breath to the ground. This process of breathing really helps to actually keep the mind focused. And even if your mind does not feel focused right now, as you continue to do this, you set up the conditions for that development at a later date. And change sides. So right hand on left knee, left hand either on the side of the chair, or as I just did before in the back of the chair, gives me a little more leverage. Inhale, lift up the chest. Exhale, twist. Again, breathing up from the ground, exhaling ocean breath back down to the ground. And the interesting thing about yoga is one day, as I was saying before, you may feel completely focused. And then you do it another day and you think, why is my mind everywhere? And you might even think, I don't feel like doing this right now. I can't focus. But actually, continuing to practice during those times builds up that discipline and teaches the mind to stay present with something and work towards something, even when it's not quite comfortable. And as we do that more and more, the mind actually becomes stronger. Our ability to stay present with things becomes stronger. And we find the body is healthier and the mind more able to relax. And turning back around. So, I'm going to come to the edge of the chair, as I did in the week before. Make sure that if you do this like I am, that the chair is nice and stable. You don't want it tilting forward. You want to be safe. That's really important. And you're going to inhale, lift up your right leg, flexing at the foot. Breathing up from the ground. Breathing that nice, long, oceanic breath back to the ground. And you'll see, you're not only working the back of the leg, but it's quite a lot of energy to lift it in this way. So you're working the muscles of the thigh and even your core muscles to do this. If you want to take some of the energy out of the core muscles and work more into the muscles of the back of the leg, the hamstrings, you can place the hands underneath the thigh, lift it up a little bit like I'm doing. Make sure in doing this that you're not letting the shoulders hinge forward, but rather you're using your biceps here and you're lifting up from there. And release down. So that was just an option. We'll try that option on the other side, but you don't have to do it. You can simply do this. Lifting the leg up, flexing at the foot. And you can stay there. And this is good. And this will strongly work the core and also the muscles of the leg. But if you'd like to work your hamstrings, as I would like to right now, you can place the hands underneath the thigh, lifting up. You'll still be working the core. And make sure that the shoulders are relaxed, the elbows are bent, and you're using your biceps, these muscles right here. Right there. Continue your ocean breathing. And release down. I'm going to sit back just a little bit. If you had moved forward, you may wish to do the same. And we're going to do threading the needle, placing the left foot right above the right kneecap. Flex that foot. This is so important to protect this knee. And then I'm going to place the hands behind the chair. As if you have something to grip onto, I recommend. Right? Make sure you won't tilt forward and gives you some leverage. And inhale, lift up, and exhale. Draw yourself forward. And you don't have to come all the way down, just as far down as you naturally can. You're likely to feel a pull in the left side of the buttock or through the left leg, maybe somewhere else as well. Just be conscious of it. Relax the neck and head. Inhale out from the ground and exhale your oceanic breath back to the ground. Inhale, rise up. Release the hands. Take the foot off of the other leg and switch. So now the left foot is on the ground. The right foot is lifting off from the ground right above the left knee. Make sure that foot is flexed. Place the hands behind the chair if you can. And if you can't and you are placing the hands forward, that's fine, but just make sure you're not going to roll forward. that you're nice and stable in the chair. Inhale, lift up the chest so that you have a nice straight back. And as you exhale, bend it forward as much as you comfortably can. It's very common to have the knee high up. If you're experiencing that, that's fine. Okay? We're all at different levels. The practice of yoga is unique and works with our body where it is in this moment. Inhaling up from that left leg naturally, exhaling your oceanic breath. Inhale, rise up. You just exhale through the mouth. And just take a few moments, feeling the touch of the feet on the ground, inhaling up from the legs, exhaling nice long oceanic breath back down through the legs to the ground. In this next bit, we're going to come off the chair, but use the chair as something to hold on to. If you do not wish to do this, this is fine, and you can just wait. We're just going to do a few moments using the chair as a support. If you'd like to wait, you can just keep breathing and sitting up and down from the ground. So we're going to turn the chair like I have done here. And placing the hands firmly on the sides of the chair, walk the feet back. Try and make your back in one line as here. If it doesn't do that right now, that's fine. Whatever works for you and feels right, allowing the chest to sink through the arms. And here, inhaling up from the ground, exhaling your breath back to the ground. Your ocean breathing. Inhale, come up. And we're going to do a little bit of a balance today. So make sure that chair is nice and firm. Feel the left foot on the ground. And place the right hand on the hip. And we're going to lift up the right leg. Continuing to inhale up through the left leg. Exhaling the oceanic breath nice and long back to the ground. And with the stability from the chair, we're just going to lift the leg up to the side for a few breaths. Keep your eyes focused as I'm doing here. Keeping the gaze at one point actually helps with balance. It's been said in the yoga tradition for thousands of years. And we also know this through studies of the brain, that keeping the eyes focused helps with balance. And release. And I'm just going to move to the chair. See, mine's nice and light. If yours is heavy, you might just turn around. Because mine's nice and light, I'm just going to turn it in the opposite direction, like that. Placing my hand on the chair now. My left hand on the left hip. And I'm going to lift up the left leg. Breathing up from the right foot into the lungs. Exhaling that long oceanic breath back down. release back down. Okay. Now we're going to come back onto the chair for just a few more movements. I'm going to take my trusty cushion, placing it under my feet again so that they touch the ground. I'm going to do a few seated cats and cows. So hands on the legs, feet on the ground, inhaling up, arching the back. Exhale, rolling the spine as I breathe my oceanic breath. Inhale, open the heart, arching the back, looking up but not collapsing the neck back. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And we're going to take some sun salutations too, as we have done in other weeks. So we're going to start by placing the hands in front of the heart, inhaling, lifting up from the ground, exhaling, holding towards the ground. Inhale, look up, straight back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach, rise, lift. Exhale, hands come down towards the heart. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, to your right. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale your ocean breath to the left. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, ocean breath down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, ocean breath down towards the ground. Inhale, look up, hands on shins. Exhale, fold with ocean breath. Inhale, reach, rise and lift. Exhale, ocean breath back towards the ground. Inhale, lift. Exhale, ocean breath to the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, ocean breath down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, ocean breath to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down, and release. And we're just going to do one more pose. And this one we're going to come onto the ground. So I'm going to move away my cushion and also my chair. You might not need to move your chair. You can just move somewhere else. And actually, I'm going to take my cushion again, right here. For a seated forward bend. And I like to sit on it because it helps to lift up my low back. Flex into the feet. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, soften the shoulders. Strong fingers. Use those fingers. They've got lots of muscles in them. And as I exhale my ocean breath, I'm going to come forward, keeping the back straight. Right? So we don't need to reach the toes. We might have the hands on the thighs, on the knees. Some of us may be the toes. Wherever you are, relax the neck and head. Inhale from the ground. And exhale your ocean breath back to the ground. And now Now rise up. If you have a cushion like me, once again, take it away. Make yourself nice and comfortable. We're going to come into the resting position. Palms up, away from the body, feet away from each other. And if there's anything going on with the lower back, you can lift the knees up. You can even rock them from side to side a little bit to relieve any tension if you feel any. And feel free to keep them lifted, maybe even with a cushion underneath them, if your lower back does want that support, or if it feels more comfortable to you to just lie straight, go ahead. And here you're going to let go of controlling your breathing at all. Resting here 5 to 10 minutes, as traditionally is done in yoga, as a way to allow the body to benefit from all this movement by giving time for integration. And it may be that in lying here the mind gets lost in thoughts. Just try to keep bringing it back to your natural breath. You can stay here for a while on your own, continuing, and it's recommended, but of course not obligated, that after you come up from this resting position, you do 2 to 3 minutes with the ocean breathing.